John 21, the restoration of Peter. It was early morning by the Sea of Galilee. The air was still, and the mist drifted low across the water. Simon Peter, Thomas, Nathanael, the sons of Zebedee, and 2 other disciples sat together in quiet reflection. Then Peter broke the silence. "I'm going out to fish," he said. The others looked at him and replied, "We'll go with you." So they went out into the night, their oars cutting through the calm water. But hour after hour passed, and they caught nothing. As dawn began to break, a figure appeared on the distant shore. The golden light of morning framed his silhouette, but the disciples didn't recognize him. Then he called out, "Friends, have you caught any fish?" "No," they answered, weary and disappointed. He called again, "Throw your net on the right side of the boat, and you will find some." Something in his voice carried authority, a familiar peace. So they obeyed, and suddenly the nets came alive, straining and heavy with fish, so many that they could barely pull them in. Then the disciple whom Jesus loved whispered, "It is the Lord." The moment Peter heard those words, he grabbed his cloak, leapt from the boat, and plunged into the water. The others rowed behind him, dragging the net full of fish, about 100 yards from shore. When they arrived, they saw a fire of burning coals. On it were fish and bread. Jesus looked at them and said, "Bring some of the fish you have just caught." Peter, still dripping wet, climbed back into the boat and dragged the net ashore. There were 153 large fish, yet the net had not torn. Then Jesus said to them, "Come and have breakfast." No one dared ask, "Who are you?" They knew. It was the Lord. Jesus took the bread and gave it to them, and did the same with the fish. This was now the 3rd time he had appeared to his disciples after rising from the dead. When they had finished eating, Jesus turned to Simon Peter. His eyes were gentle but piercing. "Simon, son of John," he asked, "do you love me more than these?" "Yes, Lord," Peter said. "You know that I love you." Jesus replied, "Feed my lambs." A second time, Jesus asked, "Simon, son of John, do you love me?" Peter answered again, "Yes, Lord, you know that I love you." Jesus said, "Take care of my sheep." Then a 3rd time, Jesus asked, "Simon, son of John, do you love me?" Peter's heart broke. He remembered the night he had denied his master 3 times. And now, 3 times, he was being restored. "Lord," he said, "you know all things. You know that I love you." And Jesus said, "Feed my sheep. Truly I tell you, when you were young, you dressed yourself and went where you wanted. But when you are old, you will stretch out your hands, and someone else will dress you and lead you where you do not want to go." Jesus said this to show the kind of death by which Peter would glorify God. Then he said softly, but firmly, "Follow me." As they walked, Peter glanced behind him and saw the disciple whom Jesus loved following. He asked, "Lord, what about him?" Jesus answered, "If I want him to remain until I return." "What is that to you?" "You. Follow me." From that moment, a rumor spread among the believers that this disciple would not die. But Jesus had not said that. He only said, "If I want him to remain until I return." What is that to you? This disciple, the one who saw these things and wrote them down, bears witness, and we know his testimony is true. And there is more, so much more. Jesus did many other things as well. If every one of them were written down, the whole world could not contain the books that would be written. What can we learn from this tale? In this story, the risen Jesus doesn't just perform another miracle. He restores a broken man. Peter had denied him 3 times, and Jesus gave him 3 chances to say, "I love you." This was not condemnation, it was redemption. By the fire where Peter's failure once burned in memory, Jesus reignited his purpose. He didn't just forgive Peter, he commissioned him feed my sheep, because love is proven not only in words, but in service. Let's take a moment to reflect. Where has your love for God grown cold? And what nets is He calling you to throw again? Not in your strength, but at His word.